music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. Then straight again, at a dying fall. Oh, it came on my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odors. Enough! No more. It's not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou! That, notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea. Not enters there, what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go on, my lord?
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires like a fell and cruel hounds ever since pursue me. How now? What doest you?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. But, like a cloistress, she will veiled walk and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
She that hath the heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother. Oh, how would she love in the rich golden shaft that killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled. Her sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with boughs.
I prithee, and I will pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke, and thou shalt present me as an eunuch to him.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
Thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague these my is to take the death of her brother thus. I'm sure cares an enemy of life.
Why, my troubled good sir told me, you must come in earlier the nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exception to your ill hours. You must confine yourself to the modest limits of order.
Fine. I'll confine myself no finer than I am. His clothes are good enough to drink in, and so are his boots too. And they do not let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday. And of a foolish knight you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Ooh, stranger Ackensheik?
Aye, he.
It's as tall a man as it is in Alaria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year at all these ducats. He's a very fool and prodigal.
Fine, we'll say so. But he's a violin, speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book. He hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler. And but that, he hath the gift of a coward to allay the dust he hath in quarreling. 'Tis thought amongst the prudent, he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, there are scoundrels and subtractors that say so. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
Drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there's passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. What, wench? Just give me a little Volgo, for here comes Sir Andrew
Toby
Andy.
Belltown now, Sir Toby Bell.
Sweet Sir Andrew.
That's you, Vestru.
And you too, sir.
A cost, Sir Andrew. Cost? What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost,
Cost is firm. Order. Woo her. Assail her.
Fucking my children, take this company? Is that the meaning of Accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And now let our so Sir Andrew know, let's never draw sword again.
And I let part so, fair mistress, would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Aye, sir, I have not you by the hand.
Mary, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink. It's dry, sir.
I am not such an ass that I can't keep my hand dry. But what's your just?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full?
Mary, I am the
so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see Canary put me down. I think sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. I'm a great teacher of beef, and I think that disarms my wit. And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Roger, right?
Pork pie, what is pork pie? Do or not do? Oh, had I bestowed that time in the tongues that I had in fencing, dancing, and bear-baiting. Oh, had I followed the arts. Hey, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. I've heard her swear it. There's life in a man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels sometimes altogether.
Really is kick last night?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoe'er he be.
What is thy excellence McGallagher, right?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
I can cut them on to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
That's where these things hid. That's where these things are curtained before them. What does that mean? Is this a world of high virtue in? I can tell.
Either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not
None to fear.
A good Linton answer. I can tell you where that saying was born of I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that you may be so bold to say in your foolery.
Well,
God give them wisdom that haven't.
and those that are fools, let them use their heads.
Yet you will be hanged or to be turned away. Is that not as good as hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage.
And as for turning away, let's summon Marigold's.
You are resolute then.
Not so, neither.
But I'm resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskets fall. Out.
In your face! Act! Well,
Here.
by the way, if Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you know no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely. You were best.
Wit, and it be thy will, put me into good fooling. Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Oh, dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul, being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, my lawyer? Talking up men.
Yes. And shall do, till the pangs of death shake it. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
And God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
I'll say to that, noble hero.
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day by an ordinary fool that had no blame. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you administer a cake to him, he's gagged.
Oh, you are of self-love, Malvolio, a taste with a distempered appetite. Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a very young man, well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman. Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Follow him.
Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick, or not at home, or what you will to dismiss it.
Now, Cecil, how your fool grows old and people discouraged.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if you would your eldest son should be a fool, and skull Jove crammed with brains. For here he comes. madman. The first love of heat makes him a fool, the second mans him, and the third drowns him.
He's in the third degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Bella, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he'll speak with you. I told him you were sick, that he takes upon him to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were sick. He seems to have foreknowledge of that too and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. And he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
Let him approach. Call him my gentleman.
What kind of man he is? Of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or not?
Let him approach. Call him my gentleman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls!
Give me my glove. Come throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most excellent, radiant, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her, and I would be loath to throw away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I take in great pains to con it.
Whence came you, sir?
That question is out of my heart. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on my speech in your praise and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important, and I will give you the praise.
Last, I took great pains to study it. And it is poetical.
I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my case, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of noon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue. Will you hoist sail, sir? There lies your way.
No, good swabber. I am held here a little longer.
Some multiplication for your giant, sweet lady?
Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver, and the courtesy is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture for it, no taxation of homage. Behold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
That rudeness that hath appeared in me, I've learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any other's, profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where was your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter of his bosom?
In the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. What to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture.
Belgium's sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item 2 lips, indifferent red. Item 2 gray eyes, with lids to them. Item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. You sent here to praise me? I see you what you are. You are too proud. But you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such a love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauties. With adorations, fertile tears with groans that thunder love with sighs of fire. Your lord must know my mind. I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him said no more. Unless perchance you come again to tell me how he takes it. Very well. Thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love, make his heart of flint that you shall love, and that fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I'm a gentleman. Oh, be sworn thou art! Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, action, and spirit to give thee fivefold blazon! Not too fast. Soft. Oh, unless the master were the man! Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be! What will you?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run! After that same peevish messenger the county's man, he left this ring behind him. Would I or no? Desire him not to flatter with his lord. Don't hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that come again tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hide him, all
Madam, I will.
Do I know not what? In fear to find mine eye to bring flatterer from my mind. Faint, show thy voice. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so. Do you say no more? No, you're not gonna go be.
By your patience, no. My scars shine darkly over you. The malignancy of my faith might perhaps just temper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone.
Let me yet know if you will be your back.
No, sooth. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep it. For it charges me in matters but rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, whom I call Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messalin, whom I know you've heard of. He
he left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we have so ended? But you altered them. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, though it said she much resembled me, was yet of many account beautiful. Though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far will I both acknowledge you. Sheer mind that envy could not but call fair. She's drowned already with salt water. I seem to drown her remembrance again in the morning.
Pardon me, sir, for a bad entertainment.
My good Antonia, pardon the trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me then be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, but yet I am so near the manners of my mother, upon the least occasion more my eyes to tell tales. I'm bound for Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with me. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I should very shortly see these men. But come what may, I do adore thee so that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Now, with the Countess Olivia.
Even now, sir, I have on a moderate pace since ride thither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your gold into a desperate assurance she will none of it. And one thing more, that you never be again so hardy as to come again into his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking all this to receive it so.
She took no ring of me. Oh, none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly prove it to her. And it is her will it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, it finds it.
I left no ring with her. Who means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside hath not charmed her. She made good view of me, so much indeed, because her eyes had lost her tongue. She did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why have you left her none? I am the man. Oh, if it be so, as 'tis. Poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise. I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy doth much. Alas, how easy it is through proper faults in women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, calling as much on him, and she mistaken seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am a man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am a woman, now, alas the day, what thrift sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. It was too hard enough for me to untie.
Not to be there after midnight is to be out of times and to look close surgery, I know it.
Nay, I know not, but I know to be a blade is to be a blade.
A false conclusion. Hey, as Linfield can. To be up after midnight, to go to bed then is early. So to go to bed after midnight is early. Does not our life consist of 4 elements?
Faith, so they say,
I think it consists rather of eating and drinking.
Now it is scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Right, I say, stupid wine!
Here comes the fool and fame!
How now, my hawk? Welcome, yes. Now let's have a catch. Come on. Here's 6 pence for you. Let's have a song.
Would you have a love song? Or a song of good life?
A love song, love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Come stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing the pie. That can sing the pie and low. Oh, to the further pretty sweeting, journeys and the lovers meeting at once. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent voice.
Oh, what is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come? What's to come is still unsure. Oh, in delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and twenty.
Contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious in
To
fate.
hear my nose, dulcet and contagion. Shall we welcome dance with you? Shall we do that?
And you love me? Let's do it. I am dog and a cat.
Ah, my lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let her catch thee, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Lund, I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave tonight.
It is not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Come, begin. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin to fight hold my peace.
Good of it. Come, begin.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave. Peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, 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 peace, thou knave. Hold thy peace, hold thy peace, hold thy peace, thou knave.
Now, Romeo, and bid him to turn you out of doors. Never trust me.
My lady Catan, we're politicians now, all ears are paying a Ramsey. And 3 merry men be we, 3 merry men be we. Am I not upon singing winnings? Am I not upon blood? Chilly Valley, lady. There dwells a man, Babylon, lady.
Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable food.
He is well enough if he disposed, but so do I too. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural.
Oh, the 12th day of December, in the year of his reign, in Moscow,
no remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, person, nor time in you?
Fine, sir. Can I catch him?
Sir Toby, I will be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself from your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear hearts and stars, things
His eyes can show his days are almost done.
Esteemed so.
but I will never die.
Toby, there you
This is
lie.
much credit.
Shall I dip and go?
What and if you do?
Shall I dip and go and spare not?
Oh, no.
You dare not. Come on, let's do this, sir. Or any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there should be no more cakes nailed? Stupid one, lad.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor in anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears!
Who has good indeed as to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge him in the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. All right, you challenge. Whatever that makes you do my word now.
Wait, Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count's was today with my lady, she is much quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not call him into a neighbor and make of him a common recreation, do not think I am good enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Tell us something about him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, and I thought that I beat him like a dog.
Being a Puritan? Exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil of Puritan that he is, or anything constantly, but a time pleaser, an affection ass, one that can't state without book, and utters it by great swords, the best persuaded of himself, so he thinks, that most people think that he loves him, but when people look on him, he believes that they love him, and on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What will thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein, by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he will find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very much like my lady or niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. Smell of advice. Oh, I have it in my nose, too.
You'll think. Where's thou drunk? That they're for my niece, and that she's in love with them.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse is to make him an ass.
Ass I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Sport well, and warrant you. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third where he will find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
And this will be a...
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred. More than adores me. That's what of that.
I was adored once too.
Come now. That's too bad. Now I just need to send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, Knight. Now us turn on the end, Coney cut.
And I do not. Never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come, Knight. I'll go bring some sack. It's too late to go to bed now. Come, Knight. Come, Knight.
Give me some music. Come to the boy. Never thou shalt love. The sweet pangs of it remember me. Such as I am, all true lovers are. Unstained and skittish in all motions else, save the constant image of the creature that is beloved. Dost thou like this?
There's a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
That is speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is?
Of your complexion.
Oh, she is not worth even. What years in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old by heaven. That's still the woman taken elder than herself. So where is she taken? So this way she level in her husband's heart. Poor boy. However we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more long waited, sooner lost and worn than what is
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself. For thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed doth fall that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so. To die, even when they to perfection grow.
Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her I hold as dearly as fortune. 'Tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and entraps my soul.
But if she cannot love you,
Cannot be so.
sooth, but you must. Say that some woman, as perhaps there is, hath for your lordship as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must not she then be answered?
There is no woman's side sanctified the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. No motion of the liver, but palate. And some are servant, cloyment, revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea and can digest as much. Make no compare between the love a woman can bear me and that I will live in.
Aye, but I know.
What does that know?
Too well, what love women to men may owe. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be perhaps were I a woman, I should, your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment like a worm in the bud feed on her damp cheek. She pined and thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men! Swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will. I still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, boy.
I am one of the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the thing. To her in haste. Give her this tool. Say, my love can give no bliss, but I've noted it.
I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sort, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
She might have come as a little shit.
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady once about a bear baby here.
Hey, you're gonna want to bear again. Well, full black and blue, so we're not stranger.
And we've not just been on our lives.
Here comes little villain now. How am I, little India?
Get ye all three into the box streets. Now Rolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery. For I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie down there, for here comes the trump that comes me out.
Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that should she fancy, it would be one of my complexion.
There's no remaining rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him.
So beat the rogue.
Peace, peace. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follow her. What should I think on it? To be Count Malvolio.
Rogue. Pistol, Jesus.
There is example for it. The lady of the Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fire on him, Jezebel.
Oh, peace.
How is he in?
Go imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown. Having come from a daybed where I had left Olivia, sleeping. And then to have the humor of state, and with a demure travel on regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman, Toby.
Fire, brimstone.
No, peace.
7 of my people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, perchance wind my watch, or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there, to me. I extend my hand to him, thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control, saying, Cousin Toby, my fortune having cast me on your knees, give me this prerogative of speech. What? You must lament your drunkenness.
Nay, patience. Wait, continues what cause.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warned you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many call me fool.
What employment have we here? By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. 'Tis in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases, and the impression or the crease with which she uses to seal, 'tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio, I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife with bloodless stroke my heart doth bore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
Excellent, why'd you say I?
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first let me see this. I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. And the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I can make that resemble something in me. Softly. M-O-A-I. M. Malvolio. M. Well, that becomes my name.
I say you work it out. The curve is excellent and false.
But there is no consonancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
Oh, shall end, I hope.
Ah, you're all cudgels and make him cry.
Oh!
And then I comes behind.
Hi. And you had any eye behind you. You see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me. For every one of these letters is in my name. Soft. Here follows prose. If this flows my hand, in my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open thy hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight, the champion, discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will read for device the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me. For every reason excites to this. My lady loves me.
She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars! I am happy! I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove, and my stars be praised! Whoa. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee. Therefore, in my presence, still smile, dear my sweet, I prithee.
and my house doth stand by the church. are to heritage. The husband's the bigger. I'm indeed not her fool, but her corrupter words.
I thought you were in Palestina.
Foolery, sir, doth walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and you put upon me a little more of thee, hold. There's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
I tell thee, I am almost sick for one, but I would not have to draw on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Oh, my lady is within, sir. I will construe to them whence you come, who you are, and what you would, are out of my, well, I would say element, but the word is overboard.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that craves a kind of wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your stray be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them in motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean in bidding me taste my legs.
I mean, to go, sir. To enter.
I will answer your gated entrance, but we are prevented. Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. The heavens rain odors on you.
The youth so very courtier, rain odors.
My matter hath no voice, but your own most pregnant and vouchsafed here.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. I'll get them all three ready.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my mirrors. Give me your hands, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name.
My servant, sir. Your servant to the Count Orsino.
And he is yours, and he must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not of him. For his thoughts, when they were blanks, rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to let your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, believe I pray you. Bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I would rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Good lady!
Give me leave to beseech you. I did send after that last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning. What might you think?
I pity you.
That's a degree to love?
No, not a degree. For 'tis vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Oh, world, how were to be proud. Be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth have come to harvest, your wife is like to be a proper man. There lies your way due west.
And westward ho. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me.
Stay! I prithee tell me what thou thinkest of me.
But you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then you think right. I not I am.
I would you were as unhappy be.
Would it be better lady than I am? For now I am a fool.
What a deal of scorn, was beautiful in contempt and anger, isn't it? Murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love unseen hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, truth, honor, and everything. I no cause. But the reason does, the reason better. Of sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocency, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman hath, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
And yet, come again tomorrow. Thou mayst perhaps move that heart which now bores to like his love.
No, Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Reason, dear Venom. Give that reason.
You stay deal with your reasons, Ranger.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed on me.
Did she see thee a while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
Well, this was a great argument I wanted her for you.
Slut, will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir. I want the oaths of judgment and reason.
Hey, been grand jury since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. Should that have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire you from whence, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. Ha! It was what for your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off. You now sailed into the north for my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard. Unless you do redeem it by some logical attempt, either of valor or of policy.
And if be anyway, it must be with valor. For policy I hate, I'd as least be a Puritan as a politician.
Be thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me to counsel you to fight with them. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece will take note of it, and assure thyself, there is no love broker in the world can more prevail a man's combination with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, surrender.
Will either of you bear me my challenge to him?
Oh, right in the martial hand. Be cursed and brief. So no matter how eloquent, so it be witty, full of invention. Though that what right with the goose pen no matter, there be gall in thy ink. Away!
Where shall I find you?
Will call me and Cupid do it. Go!
This is a dear man.
I've been dear to him. Some 2,000 strong or so. Look where the youngest red of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will have yourself into stitches, follow me. Yon gold Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered?
Most villainously, I have dogged him like this murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the new map with augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as tis. I can hardly prepare a hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. And if she do, he'll smile and take it as a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
I will not by my will try to be, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will know if it will cope.
You could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer way. But fear for what might befall your travel, being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing loves are rather by these arguments of fears that force me.
My kind Antonia, I came over the ranch today for thanks. And thanks. What's to do? Shall we see the relatives in this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
Oh, I'm not weary. It's long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials of things of fame that do renown this city.
Will you pardon me? I do not have danger walking the streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys I did some service. Of such note, indeed, that were I ta'en here, it would scarcely answer.
Be like you slew a great number of his people.
The offense was not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what I took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of my city did. Only myself scratched. For which, if I be caught in this place, I should pay you.
Do not then walk too open.
It does not fit me. Hold. Here's my purse. In the south suburbs of the Elephant is best lodged. I will speak our diet, or who God time to feed you knowledge and viewing of the town. There you shall have me.
Why I your purse?
Captain, your eye and light upon some toy you have desired to purchase. And your purse, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I just stepped after him. He just doesn't come. Oh, how shall we feast him? Or bestow him? For use more often loved than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud.
Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant of my fortune.
He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship would best have some guard about you if he comes, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither.
I am as mad as he, sad and very mad as he will be.
Sweet lady. Oh, oh.
Smilest thou? I said be on sad occasion.
Sad, lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this frost about her face. But what of that? If it please thee, I have one. It is with me as that very true sonnet is, please one, and please all.
What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hand, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman man.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
Be not afraid of greatness, was well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness. Remember the men that thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings!
and which to see thee ever cross guard. Go to thou maid if thou desirest to be so.
My maid!
If not, let me see thee a steward. But this is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, not after my degree. Fellow, by everything adheres together. No drab of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance, what can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity?
Here he is! Here he is!
How is with you, sir? How is with you, sir?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Go to. Peace, peace. Let's deal gently with them. Leave me alone. Now that's not Malvolio. How is with you? What man defy the devil? Consider he's an enemy of mankind.
Do you know what you say?
What? When you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Carries water to the wise woman.
There, and it shall be done tomorrow morning, if I
them? Do you not see him move?
Gently, gently. The fiend is bluff. I will not be roughly used.
How do you, Malvolio? Oh, dost thou, Chuck?
Sir,
Aye, baby, come with me. It's not your gravity to play at Sheridan with Satan. Hang him, foul collar!
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
my prayers, Binks.
No, I warned you. He will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
And bail! My niece already believes that he's mad!
Read it. Warrant, there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is so saucy?
Yes. Do what read.
Give me. You, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
And valiant.
Wonder not nor admire in thy mind why you call me so, for I will give thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and she uses thee kindly in her sight, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the reason I challenge thee for.
Very brief and to exceeding good sense, less.
I will waylay thee going home, or if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Farewell. God have mercy on one of our souls. He may have mercy on mine, but my hope is better, so look to thyself. Thy friend, and as thou usest him, thy sworn enemy, Sir Andrew Aguecheek. If this move him not, his legs cannot. I'll deliver him.
You may have very good occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. As soon as thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horror. For it oft comes to pass that a terrible oath, with a swagger and accent sharply twanged off, gives man to more approbation than ever proved himself over a window. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now, I will not deliver the letter. For the gentleman's behavior does not be of good capacity to me. And his employment between the Lord and my niece confirms no less. So this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will bring no terror to you. You'll find it comes from a clock hole. Sir, I'll deliver the challenge with mouth. Set upon Aguecheek a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, to the most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so frighten them both that they will kill one another by the look like cockatrices.
Duty comes with the knees. Give the blade till he take me, and presently after him.
I'll go meditate a while on some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much into a hard stone. There is something in me that reproves my fault. But such a headstrong, potent fault it is. It would launch reproof with that same behavior that your passion bears. Goes on my master's grief. Here. Where is this for me? 'Tis my picture.
Gentlemen, God save me.
And you, sir?
What defense thou hast to take thee to it? Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter attends thee in the orchard in it. Dismount thy tuck, the air in thy preparation for thy assailant hath in him with youth, strength, skill, and wrath to furnish his fall.
You do mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offense done to any man.
Find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, keep you to your guard. For your assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
I pray you, what manner of man is he?
He is knight, dove with unhatched rapier and uncarpet consideration. But in pride of brawl, he is the devil. Souls and bodies, yet divorced three. His insensiment at the present moment is so implacable that it can be satisfied by none but pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give it or take it.
I will return again to the house and desire some combat of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that will put quarrels purposely on others to test their valor. You like this as a man of that court?
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of very constant injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me, with which as much safety you might answer him. Therefore, on and strip your sword and start naked. For metal you must, that's certain. For swear were I without you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you to know of the night what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Senior Fabian, stay by this gentleman until I return.
I pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament. But nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, fatal, and bloody opposite you could possibly have met with in any part of Illyria. Will you walk toward him? I will make your peace with him, if I can.
I'll be much beholden to you for it. I would rather go with Sir Grace than Sir Knight, and I care not to know so much of my metal.
My man is the very devil. I have passed him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such a motion that it's inevitable. When he pays you, sure your feet at the ground is the same defensors of Sophie.
Oh, Pop, silence! I'll not meddle with him.
I will not be satisfied. Fabian can scarce hold me longer.
Plague on you! And I thought he was so valiant and so cunning in defense. I have seen him damned there, and I have challenged him. Let him the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse. The great Capulet.
Stand here. Make a good show of it. Show it without permission, salt. There, all right. The horse as well as I write you. His horse is taking the quarrel. I persuaded him he's the devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him than Pansible's tail as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He'll fight with me for his honor's sake. Mary had better have thought of him as quarrel. He finds that out he's scarce worth talking of. Therefore, get you on. He protests, you will not hurt.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give her if you see him furious.
Come, stranger, there's no remedy. He will, for his own sake, have one bout with you. You cannot let him well avoid it. But he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you.
Come on, pray God he keeps his oath.
I do assure you it is against my will.
This young gentleman done offense. I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him decide.
You? What are you?
One, sir, that for as long dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you, he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, then I'm for you.
Oh, good, you're coming home. You're coming, officers.
Listen, woman, do thy office. Antonia, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, Jot. I know your favor well, though now you wear your sea cap on your head. Take her away. She knows I know her well.
This comes of seeking you, but there's no remedy. I'll answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than for what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come now, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money? For the fair kindness you have shown me here, and partly being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. Hold, there's half of my copper.
Can you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a woman as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, drunkenness, babbling, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption may inhabit our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come now, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which we thought to promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by. Away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauty is evil, our empty trunks, or flourished by the devil.
The woman who is mad, away with her. Come, wench.
Beyond.
Methinks her words do from such passion fly that she believes herself. So do not I. Oh, prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you.
Companion, we'll whisper together, or two most sage songs.
She named Sebastian. I, my brother, know yet living in my glass, for even such and so in favor was my brother. So went he forth, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
Very dishonest paltry boy, more a coward than a hater. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here necessity of denying him. As for his cowardship, ask fate.
A coward, a devoted coward of religion.
I'll laugh him again and beat him.
Hi, come from soundly. Better draw that sword.
And I do not.
Oh, what's in the event?
I dare Lady Lennox will be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you? Oh, go to, what a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Ah, well, no doubt, in faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor is your name not Master Cesario, nor is this not my nose. Neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly! Oh, he has heard the word of some wise man, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly! I prithee, sir, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that you are coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. Here's money for thee. If you
very longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report. After 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, are we met again? There's for you. Why, there's for me, and there, and there. Are all the people here mad?
Oh, sir, I'll throw your dagger over the house!
This I will tell my lady straight. I will not be in some of your coats for 2 pence. Nay, let him the matter slip.
to my lady.
Out! Hide the barnacle feed! How thou vexest this man! Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Mr. Parson.
Sir Thomas never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Thomas, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fine, thou dishonest traitor! I call by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones who use the devil himself with courtesy. But sayest thou, this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Thomas.
Why, it hath bay windows as transparent as barricadoes, and the clerestories towards the south, north, are as lustrous as ebony. Yet thou hearest, I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell, and I say never was man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
Oh, that the soul of our granddad might haply inhabit a bird.
And what thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well! Remainest thou still in darkness? Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras to err around of thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandman. Fare thee well, Sir Thomas.
Sir Thomas!
I am most exquisite, Sir Thomas.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightest have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him again, in thy own voice, and bring me word of how he is. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. For I am now so far in offense with my niece, that I will do her well rid of this knavery. I'll call thee in the quarters by and by.
Hey, Robin, joy, Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool!
My lady is unkind, Teddy.
Fool!
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I said!
She loves who calls? Oh.
Good fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle and some pens, ink, and paper. As I am a gentleman, I shall live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your flight wits?
Fool, never was man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
Then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Shh! Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain given melons.
Sir Thomas!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, Sir Topaz. Marry, amen. I will, sir. I will.
Fool! Fool! Fool, I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir?
Why this am? I am. Help me to some ink, paper, and light. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letters did.
I will help you to it. But, tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his grades. I shall fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee be gone.
I am gone, sir. And anon, sir. I'll be with you again. In a trice, like to an old vice, you're needing to sustain. With a dagger of wrath, in his rage and his wrath, cries together, like the madman.
Never knew that.
Go mad down.
This is the air, and that is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do see it and feel it. And though 'tis wonder that it enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonia then? I could not find her at the elephant. And yet, Doctor's accident, flow of fortune, so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I'm ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason, that persuades me to any other trust, but that I am mad. Or the lady's mad. Yet, if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that's deceivable. Here,
Lay not this haste of mine. If you mean well, then go with me and lead this holy man to the chantry by. There, before him, underneath that consecrated roof, lie me the foolish stones of the saint, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. What do you say?
I'll follow this good way and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good Father, and heaven so shine, that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou wouldest do, let me see his letter.
Good Master Faith, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not ask to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense, desire my dog.
Oh, you did lay good, dear friend.
Aye, sir, we are some of the trappings.
I know thee quite well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes, and the worse for my friends.
Or just the contrary. How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. So that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. So that conclusions to be as kisses. If your 4 negatives make my 2 affirmatives, why then, the better for my foes, and the worse for my friends. This is it. I am not sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. It goes.
But then it would be double dealing, sir, and would you could make it another?
You give me ill counsel.
Put your race in your pocket, sir, just this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, secundo, tertio is good play, and the old saying is, the third pays for all. The triptych, sir, is a good tripping measure. Or, let the bells of St. Bennet put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
Pull no more money out of me at this girl. If you will let your lady know I am here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, love by your bounty till I come again. I go. But I would not have you think my desire of having is in sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take it up, I will take it anon.
Here comes the woman, sir, to rescue me.
That face of hers I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A falling vessel was she captain of, a shallow draught and Vulcan's prizable, with which such scateful grapple did she make with the most noble part of our fleet. The very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on her. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonia that took the phoenix in her frock from Candy, and this is she that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here, in the streets, desperate of shame and state, did we, in private rabble, apprehend her.
She did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speeches on me. I know not what it was but a distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in turn so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonia never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess, on base and ground enough, Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck, past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the dangers of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
Who must be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Oh, now heaven walks on earth. But beneath all that words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take her aside.
What would my lord but that he may not have word Olivia may seem serviceable?
Sorry, you do not keep your promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
Cesario, what do you say?
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old truth, my lord, it is as fat and wholesome to my ears as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness? Oh, you uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out that air of devotion tender. Oh, what shall I do?
even what it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian feet that point of death, kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors noble. But hear me this, since you do not regard it to cast my fate, that I hardly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor. Live you the marble-breasted tyrant still, but this your minion whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I pluck out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are right in mischief. I'll sacrifice a land that I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jolly, apt, and willingly, to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die. Where goes Cesario? After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than I love life, more by all moors than e'er I shall love wife. By your fame, your witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
I detest it! How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call for Holy Father.
Come, away!
Whither, my lord? Cesario! Husband! Stay!
Husband!
I husband! Can he that deny?
Her husband, sir?
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be it that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness, what occasion now reveals itself before 'tis right. Without us know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
The contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony this compact sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch have told me toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cup. What would that be with time that sort of grizzle on thy case? Or wilt not else thy craft so quickly grow, that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take, but direct thy feet, where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Alas, to not swear. Hold, little faith, and that is too much to fear.
For the love of God, surgeon, send me presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
Oh, the gallant gentleman, when Cesario, he broke my head across. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario?
On my face, here he is. You broke my head across, and that night I was sent on to a knight who told me.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword on me without cause. But I bespoke you fair, and I hurt you not.
The bloody cop's gonna be a hurt. You heard me. Is that the... Oh, here comes Sir Toby. You shall hear more. If he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
Now, gentlemen, no wisdom you.
So what? It's hurt me, and there's an end on it. Son, a syndic surgeon's son.
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour gone. His eyes were set 8 in the morning.
And he's a rogue. I hate a drunken rogue.
Who has made this happy for them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An ass had the coxcomb and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a ghoul.
Get him to bed and let us hurt people too.
I'm sorry. I've hurt your kinsman. But having been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less in wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me. By that I did receive it half offended you. bowels were made, but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonia, my good Antonia, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I lost you.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonia?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple left in the tomb is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian? Most wonderful!
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can I that be the deity in my nature, here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my father, and such a Sebastian was my brother too. So when he suited to his watery tomb, if spirits may assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly glad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should let my tears fall upon your cheek, and say thrice welcome to brown violet.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so did mine.
I died that day with Viola from her birth at number 13 years.
The record is lively in my soul. He finished his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not erase me till each circumstance of time, place, and fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola, the which, to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, who hath my maiden's garments. He would bring me first on shore, and only a person my fortune sets have been between this lady and this lord.
So it comes, lady, you have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew and mad. You would have been contracted to a maid. You therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed to both the maid and the man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as in the glass seems true, I may share in this most happy wreck. Boy! Thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou shouldst never love a woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings keep as true in heart as doth that organ consonant to the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand. And let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that hath my maiden's garments is now on durance, on Malvolio, suited gentleman and follower of my lady.
He shall enlarge him. Go fetch Malvolio here. Alas, now I do remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of my own from my own remembrance clearly banished is. How does he, Sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at a stave's end as well as any his case may do. He has here written a letter to you. I should have given to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much for making delivery.
Open and read it.
Look you to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. Neither nor
Now I'm mad.
No, madam, I do but read madness.
and your ladyship has not to be she must allow fox.
Really, read by likeness.
So I do, Madonna. But to read by his reference is to read thus. Therefore, repent, my princess, and give ear.
Read you, Sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wronged me. The world shall know. Though you have put me into darkness, and given your drunken cousin rule over me,
savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, and call him in. My boy, so please you, these things further gone on, to think of me as my sister, as a wife. One day she'll crown the alliance on it. So please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. The master quits you. And for your service done, so much against the middle of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breed. But since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Is this the matter?
I am my lord the same. Oh no.
Madam, you've done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I met Ryan? No.
Lady, you had. Pray you peruse this letter. Write from it if you can, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then. And tell me, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of your favor. That me come smiling and cross-gartered to you. Put on yellow stockings, and the frown upon Sir Toby and the later people, enacting this in an obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious deck and gull that ever invention laid on? Tell me, why?
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. I confess much like the character, but out of question 'tis Mariah's hand. Now, I do bethink me it was she who first told me thou wast mad, and camest in smiling in such forms that were presupposed upon you in this letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon me. But when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both plaintiff and judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Let no quarrel nor no brawl to come take me in vision at this present hour. I have wondered at, and hope it shall not. Most freely I confess. Myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and courteous parts we conceived against him. Mariah writ the letter in Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he had married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, I'd rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if it be injuries be justly weighed, that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how have it baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was once, sir, in this interview with one Sir Topaz, a vassal one. I am Lord for. I am not bad. Do you remember? Madam, why smile you with such a venerable rascal, and you laugh not? He's gagged. And thus, the whirligig of time brings its revenges.
I'll be revenged. On the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Sue him. Entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known in golden time commence, solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. In time, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come. So you shall be while you are a man. When in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress, and his fancy's queen.
Done, and the